Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will learn about group policy. Group policy object GPO is a component in a Windows environment that stores and applies system setting to user or computer accounts. Group policy objects can be linked to different areas of Active Directory, ranging from entire domain to specific organization units or unit. It can be applied to all objects or even individual device or user, depending on the requirement. Group policy is a very important topic for each and every system administrator who is managing Active Directory for his or her company. We create new group policy, modify existing group policy, and we troubleshoot group policy as well. Group policy work in a sequence that is called GPO precedence, that is called local site LSDOU, local site domain and organizational unit. Once computer starts, local group policies are applied, and after that, if any group policy link to the site, you know that we are having Active Directory site and services in the Active Directory. So any group policy linked to the particular site and computer is part of that, that group policy will be applied to the particular computer or user. That works on the basis of the network address that you define for the particular site, and computer is having that particular site particular IP as well, or getting IP from the particular subnet. That can be also a big topic that I will try to cover later. So but we can remember GPO precedence local. First, local group policy will apply. Second, site policy will applying. Third, any group policy linked to domain level. Generally, default domain policy is linked to domain level and a very critical group policy. And second, last one is organizational unit. So we can also link multiple group policies in a hierarchy as well to the organizational unit. So any setting which is conflicting from local to organizational unit. So last setting will be applied to the particular user or computer. For example, you disable run in the group policy that is linked to your domain level, and your computer is lying under particular organization unit. Let me show you here how what I am trying to say. So this is my group policy. Here we can say default domain policy is linked to my domain level. So if we set any setting on this particular default domain or at domain level group policy, it is not necessary that you are going to change this. You can also create one group policy here, link an existing GPU if you have already created, or create a GPU in this domain and link it here. You can do so. So what I'm trying to say, if you have any setting, suppose you disable run on this group policy, and you're also having some OUs, like you can see in my Active Directory, this is my domain, this is my organization unit that I created, my computer is here. So suppose you create one group policy link here, and you are saying okay, run should be disabled to the particular computer, and again you are creating another group policy where you are saying run should be enabled to the particular computer. So the group policy which is linked to organization unit, which is nearest to your computer, right? If you see here, your computer is nearest to this location, and you are applying one group policy on here, so this group policy will win. This group policy will take the effect, or I would say precedence. So here I know my computer is there, so I can link my group policy here. So there are some common things to remember. It is always good idea to create the group policy here. Come here and create the group policy. Give a meaningful name. I will say recycle bin GPU underscore. So I have created this group policy here. So in this group policy, I will show you there are thousands of group policy settings which can be applied through the group policies. But through this group policy for testing purpose, I will show you how to remove recycle bin from the user's computer. Here you can see recycle bin is there. Here we can see recycle bin there. And I also show you how to set this size to 2 GB. Okay, that is 20480 KB. So there are thousands of settings which we can't remember always, but some we can remember. But we should know how group policy work. Okay, so very important thing is we need to know what we are going to achieve and from where we are going to achieve. Meaning, for testing purpose, I have decided, okay, I will apply this group policy to my user Gaurav. Okay, recycle bin should not be disabled, should not be visible on the desktop. Okay, and second thing is I have a computer here. For this computer, I'm going to set system logs to particular 2 GB. Requirement may be different, maybe two settings, three setting, five setting you are going to apply through group policy, but you need to know what is your boundaries, where you want to apply. One user, two user, 100 users, but it is always good idea before applying the group policy, you should test it for one or two computers or users, a specific test user and test computer, so that you will be very confident, yes, it will work properly and it will not impact anything. So I know I want to apply this group policy to my this client PC, and I also want to apply another setting to my user, which is Gaurav. So remember one thing, 99% is it is correct. I will tell you why I'm saying 99%. But as of now, you should remember, if you open this group policy, go to edit, and you will see two things here: computer configuration and the user configuration. Okay. So this is very important, computer configuration and user configuration. So any setting that you want to push to the particular computer, particular server. Okay. So you need to change under the computer configuration. Please note, whatever setting you are going to push to any workstation, to any computer, that setting should be changed or modified under the computer configuration. And if you want to change something, if you want to apply something to the user, and that setting must be changed under the user configuration. Sometimes people are doing something different. They want to apply something to the computer, but they are changing something in the user configuration. That is not going to work. If we are going to do something for computer, definitely you need to set that particular setting under the computer configuration. And if you are doing something for user configuration, for user, that thing should be checked under the user configuration. Okay. One of the most important thing is, some other important thing I would say, you need to know where your computers and users are lying, in which particular OU they are available. Okay. So you can use Active Directory as well. If I know, I can go that particular path. There are so many things to check. First, you should select this advanced feature. Suppose I know, okay, Gaurav. I don't know where the Gaurav is. Suppose we have thousands of organized units. So we can just type GOURAB, Gaurav. Okay. Here I can go to object and I see where that Gaurav is. Okay. It is under Delhi users. Okay. Shino is my domain name. Delhi is my organized unit that I created. Under Delhi, I also created one more organization unit, users. Okay. And I also have computer, CLIENT. Okay. It is here in Delhi computers. You can also use PowerShell, GAURAB. Here we can see Gaurav is under Shinoy, Delhi or users. So well, let me create one more OU here. Okay. Okay. And get hyphen AD computer, CLIENT, CLIENT client PC. So we can see my let's start from the user only. My user is in Delhi users. Okay. So I have created one group policy, GPU recycle bin, and I want to modify something from user point of view, as I told you, we will remove recycle bin for that particular user. So admission template, desktop, hmm, okay. So we can just enable this. I also want to apply one setting to my computer, right? Here Windows setting, security, event log, system log. So 2097152 is equal to 2 GB. So you noticed I wanted to apply maximum system log size to my computer. That's why I modify this in my computer configuration. And I wanted to remove recycle bin for my user, and I modified that setting or selected the setting under the user configuration. Computer related group policy should be changed in the computer configuration. User related change should be changed on the user configuration. So we have applied the settings that we wanted to. Now some important thing is we should remove this authenticated user. It under the security filtering, authenticated users must be removed until unless you are applying your group policy to all the computers and all the users. If you are thinking scope of your group policy will be different, it is not including all the users and all the computers, please remove that authenticated users from here. If you are thinking of your group policy will be applied to all the computers, so instead of selecting authenticated users, you can select domain computers. Okay. And if you are thinking that group policy will be applied to all the users in your domain, so you can select domain users. Okay. And if you're thinking that your group policy will be applied to only some set of users and computers, please add them here or create one group in Active Directory, add those users and computer in your group and add that group in this location under the security filtering. So depends up to you how you define what is the scope of your group policy. Always try to minimize the scope of your group policy, because if something goes wrong, it will create the issue. So think twice before applying any group policy. What should be the settings? What should be the scope of my group policy? How we can confine? Okay. Now, another important thing is we can see under the links, it is showing nothing. So it is very important part to link the group policy where my computer or user is residing. So you can see there are many options to select, but I can link my group policy to my domain level. It will work because everything is coming under that particular domain. Okay. I can also link my group policy to this location, this organization unit Delhi, because it is also covering this one, right? Inheritance is working. Or minimum what I can do, I can just go and link my group policy to the computers, this location. Minimum, I need to link my group policy here, computers level, for computer purpose. I can link here, I can link here, I can link here, but that is a good way so that we can minimize scope of our group policy. So we'll link our group policy to this location. So it is mandatory to at least link here. If you link by mistake your group policy at a Pune location or computers, it is not going to work because that Pune location is not having your computer. This location is having my computer, right? So I need to link my group policy at least this level. I can link this here, I can link here, but generally I link at the lowest level. So here I know Delhi computers. Okay, we should delete this. I just forgot. It is creating confusion for me. Okay. So Delhi under the computer. So I can select this link an existing GPU. This is my group policy name. I will select it. Once you open this, you will see it is linked here. And definitely my computer is coming in this location, Delhi and computers. You can see from the power cell. And I also want to this group policy. I want to apply this group policy to my user Gaurav as well. Okay. So I know where my Gaurav is. Gaurav is lying here under Delhi users. As I said, I can link my group policy here. It will also work. I can link my group policy here. It will also work. Since my user is here, I can also link my group policy here. But at least I need to link my group policy to this location users. As I said, if I link my group policy by mistake here, it is not going to work. It is also not going to work if I link my group policy here because this location is not keeping my user. This location is keeping my user. So your objects must be covered either directly or through the inheritance. Sometime inheritance block inheritance is also creating problem that will cover in this video, but we need to select at least lowest level, at least one level where I can find my computer or my user. So here my user is. Okay. If I want, I can do one thing as well. I can just link my group policy daily because it is covering both computers and a user. Okay. That is also good. But we need to ensure, yeah, under the link, my computers, my users are being covered. And now we will come to security filtering. If I select authenticated user, what will happen? This group policy will be applied to all the users and all the computers which are lying under computers and the user location. If I select this authenticated users, meaning it is covering all the computer and all the users in your domain, and that group policy is linked to computer OU and users OU. So this group policy will be applied to all the computers and all the users under these two locations. If I want to do so, if I want to do the same thing, I can select authenticated users here. Otherwise, I need to think what I really want, where I want to push this group policy. If I select domain computers, this group policy will be applied to all the computers under this OU. If I select domain users, this group policy will apply to all the users under this user location. Okay. So as we covered my computer under the link, okay, by thinking, okay, where my computer is, where my user is. Again, we need to think under security filtering where you want to apply this group policy. So I want to apply this group policy to my one computer Gaurav, sorry, one user Gaurav, Gaurav, and I also want to add my computer. Okay, no problem. Client. So it is very important to link my group policy as correct level, and is also important to select my computer or my user under the security filtering. Depends up to you how you want to cover, depending on the group policy setting, whether it is only for users, it is only for computer, or it's for both, whether you want to apply it to this computer, all the domains, all the objects in your Active Directory, how you want to plan. But one thing is sure, your computer or user, I would say your object must be covered under the link and the security filtering as well. If you're missing something here, your group policy is not linked to correct level, your group policy is missing, or your security filtering missing your computer or user, definitely it is not going to work. As I said earlier, if your group policy is related to computer configuration, change something in computer configuration, apply to the computer from the both point of view, link and security filtering. And your group policy is related to user configuration, modify the change something in the user configuration, and ensure your user is covering under the link and user is also covering under security filtering. So we have applied this group policy. Let's see, we just reboot. Sometimes reboot is not required, but we can reboot it. Okay, we can see recycle bin is not there, and we can also see event viewer. We modify system log to 2 GB. Okay, 209752. So setting may be different. There may be different requirement. Sometimes we are patching servers, sometimes we are applying labs, sometimes we are doing many things. Okay, setting home drive. Okay, fixing some vulnerabilities, SMB version 1 something. But the way or applying group policy will be same. You cannot miss anything. So these are some common things that we need to remember while applying any group policy. We also use WMI filter. So there are some different type of WMI filter. There are many thousands of WMI filter you can create or you can get from the Google. Okay, these are some common WMI filter. So if you select this, it is for only your workstations. It is not covering any server operating system. Here, this is for domain controller. This is only for member servers. So we can't use a same WMI filter for member server and domain controller. Both are having different product type. Okay. If you are selecting this is will work for domain controller. If you are selecting this, it will work for your member server. And if you are selecting you want, okay, I want to create a single for both the type of servers, member servers and domain controllers, you can just create this WMI filter. Let me show you how to create WMI filter. WMI filter is very good idea if you want to confine your group policy on the basis of operating system. For example, there are some different type of group policy which are applicable for the workstations only. For example, Wi-Fi. Okay, we are not connecting Wi-Fi to the servers, right? We are only connecting wireless on the workstations on the laptop only, right? So it is good idea if you are creating any group policy which is related to only workstations and you want to ensure that it will not impact or it will not be applied to any server operating system or domain controller. What you can do, you can select these things that I have selected. You can also create one WMI filter for particular that operating system, and you can say workstation only. TATIO, and description is not necessary. Don't change anything, keep all the thing here. Okay, select, save. Now you have created one WMI filter. Now how to use this? Just go to your group policy and come to WMI filter and select that. If you by mistake put any servers under this location, okay, under the computer location, you select any workstation, oh sorry, server operating system, that group policy will not apply to that particular server because we have asked group policy, please don't apply to any other operating system except workstation. Okay, so you can also create more if you want to, but I don't want to. Okay, I will keep these in my video. Okay, so there are some common ways while we are struggling when troubleshooting any group policy, why it is not applying, whether we are creating any group policy or we are troubleshooting any group policy and group policy is not applying. So there are some common ways we need to understand those so that you can see why your group policy is not applying. So first option is group policy is not linked correctly. Okay. As I told earlier, if my computer is under this location and I'm linking my group policy to this wrong location, definitely my group policy will not apply. So it is necessary to select correct location. Security filtering is not selected correctly. Here, if you are not selecting if you are not covering your user or computer under the security filtering, way of selecting your computer or user are different. As I told you, you can select authenticated users, you can select domain computer, you can select domain users, you can create one group and add those particular users or computer in that group, and you can add that particular group here, or you can also add directly user or computer here. So no matter what, under the security filtering, your objects must be there. If it is not there, it is not going to work. Yeah, not selecting correct configuration. As I told you, if we are doing something for computer configuration, we need to select computer configuration. If we are doing something for user configuration, we said we need to select the user configuration. If you are not selecting the correct one, it is not going to work. Block inheritance. Generally, group policy is not set to block inheritance. Okay, but if we have selected block inheritance, then what will happen? The group policy which are coming from the top will not apply. For example, if I select this block inheritance, currently I can see, if you see here, I can see group policy. Okay, it is linked directly here, and we can see some group policy are coming from the top as well. This default domain policy, right? If I select block inheritance, definitely that group policy will not apply. So we need to check whether we are having some block inheritance or not. Enforce. So this is the enforce button. What will happen if we select this enforce? If we select this like this, let me show you from the beginning. Okay, I just remove this. Here we can select block inheritance. Okay, can you see here now? Earlier, when we did not enable the block inheritance, my default domain policy was showing under the group policy inheritance, right? As soon as I selected block inheritance, default domain policy is not applying. Okay, but If we select enforce, block inheritance cannot block any group policy which is set to enforce. Okay, can you see here? We can see block inheritance is there, and if we do not select enforce, that group policy is not applying. But as soon as I select enforce, that group policy is applying. So block inheritance cannot stop enforce group policy to apply. Okay, that is also a reason why group policy is not applying, why group policy is applying. Precedence is stopping. So if we are having more group policies, okay, let me show you. Okay, test. So if we are having more group policy linked to particular organization unit, we will see link order. That is called precedence as well. So in this case, the group policy which is showing on the top will apply. Okay. If I say test 2, 3. So suppose we are having some group policy setting which are conflicting. This and this. Okay. Suppose one group policy setting is conflicting. So whatever you selected in this, because it is showing number one. Okay. So less number wins. So whichever is you can say whichever is on the top, that group policy will win for the particular setting. So if you want, okay, I don't want to apply this group policy, I want to apply this group policy, you can just bring this on the top. Then any setting you have selected in this setting, in this group policy, that will apply. So this precedence can also create the problem while you are troubleshooting any group policy and which is conflicting anything. Okay. Okay. So not selecting correct WMI. I show you how to select WMI filter, and I have selected correct workstation WMI filter, but by mistake I have selected wrong WMI filter. Suppose I selected any other WMI filter, for example. mm, mm, mm. Let's see, take this. All servers. Huh? Okay. Suppose I created this group policy for workstation only. Just take an example, workstation only. But by mistake, I selected wrong WMI filter. Then this group policy will not apply. Right? So we need to select the correct WMI filter while we are using WMI filter as well. Okay. GPO is not selected, read and apply. So sometimes we are thinking, okay, it is applying, but something is missing. You can go to the delegation, go here, and you find out your computer or a user, and need to ensure that that box read and apply group policy are checked. If those are not checked, group policy will not apply. Both should be checked. You cannot simply say, okay, I can remove read, apply only this box. No, no, both box must be checked. Otherwise, group policy will not apply. Okay, GPO is not set to deny. Sometimes it happens rarely, but sometimes we do not want to apply a particular group policy to particular computer. And see, suppose this is my computer and apply group policy. This box should not be checked. Deny. Okay. Again, one more thing is this box must be checked whether you want to apply this group policy or not. If you want to apply that box also checked with this option, apply group policy. And if you don't want to apply this particular group policy for the particular computer for testing purpose, anything else as well, you need to ensure, okay, this box is checked and this box is also checked. And if you want to apply this group policy, please ensure that box is not checked. Hmm? Otherwise, your group policy will not apply. Okay, I just wanted to ensure. Item level targeting. This is also one more feature in the group policy. I will create another video how to check item level targeting. Please check item level targeting is not set for your group policy. Loopback processing. This is also a very good topic. Please ensure that you are not using loopback in your infra. If you are using, that can change the process and settings for your group policies. These are some big topic for item level targeting in loopback. I will try to cover through another videos. But you should remember that item level target is not impacting your group policy, and loopback processing is also not impacting your group policy. Sometimes we use loopback processing, so it can be the reason group policy is not working as intended that you are thinking, but it is working. GPO is not enabled. Okay. See, this box must be, or this check must be ticked. Link enabled. Okay. If it is not enabled, then your group policy will not work. Or you can see it here from here as well. Okay. That box, that tick must be checked, otherwise group policy will not work. Okay. Active Directory or sysmall replication issue. There is possibility if you are having multiple domain controllers, there is a possibility you are having some Active Directory issue, replication issue, or you are having sysmall folder issue as well. Both should be fixed first before you think, okay, group policy should be apply. And please ensure, here you can see user version and computer version. In everywhere you are seeing one AD, one sysmall, 4 AD, 4 sysmall. Okay, so it must be same. If we are saying AD1, then sysmall folder should be 1 as well. If we are saying AD2, sysmall folder should be 2 as well. Otherwise, there is some replication issue and you need to fix that as well. It is showing I have modified group policy once for user configuration. I have modified group policy for computer configuration 4 times, and it is same is showing in the Active Directory as well, and it is also showing in the sysmall folder as well. You might have remember there are three important topic or important things in the group policy: GPC, GPT, and CSE. Group policy container, group policy template, and client side extension. Group policy container is stored in Active Directory. Group policy template is stored in the sysmall folder, and client side action is available on the end user computer. So everything should be at the correct place, and sysball folder and the active directory database are having no issue from the replication point of view. Otherwise, group policy will not work as intended. Okay. Wrong GPU status is selected. Generally, we do not touch this GPU status. It should be enabled. But sometimes what people are doing, suppose my group policy is related to computer configuration. Okay. So what I can say, I can select this user configuration setting disabled because it is not required, and it will just reduce time to apply the group policy for my computer or user. Okay. If I thinking my group policy related to user configuration, I can select this computer configuration setting disabled. Some people are doing this, but ensure you are not selecting the you are not selecting the wrong setting from here. Otherwise, keep it enabled. If you select all setting disabled, definitely it is not going to work. So you can just come here and check as well. Please ensure that DNS is configured properly on your computer. If it is not configured properly, definitely it is not going to work. Computer is not going to search for domain controller and it will not work. Sometimes it also happens we created one script to apply through group policy and we deleted by mistake, or we were thinking okay it is not required, we can remove that. It happened with us. There was some task scheduler created and they were having some escapes. We did not remove that group policy which was pushing task scheduler to computers, but we delete that particular script that was going through the task scheduler, and every computer was saying the particular file is missing, a gpt.in is missing, and it also created a problem for us. And somehow we understood the requirement and we created another schedule task to delete the existing schedule task to all the computers that were reporting. Sometime your group policy is missing because there is some replication issue among the domain controllers, so that can also create the problem. There may be some more reason as well why group policy will not apply, but these are some common things that you by people can check one by one why group policy is not applying, and then definitely you will be able to fix the issue that you are having to your computer and user. So that's all for this video. If you learned something new, kindly like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.